Hey everybody, my name is Ryan. Welcome to Cigars, Guns, and God, the only YouTube channel where we talk about everything a man needs. So what I'm going to kind of just go over real quick today is this Alec Bradley PRENSADO. I don't know if I said that with a little accent, the PRENSADO. Like I'm something fancy. It's been sitting in my humidor for a little while. You know, kept pretty nicely. And honestly, I'm not enjoying it. I don't say that often, but I'm really just not. Let's talk about why real quick. This is, it has a square shape to it. It's not completely round, it's more squared off, which I like. I like a cubed, like a squared cigar, like a boxed cigar. I like it. It's just different. I like how it feels. I like how they smoke, you know, especially if they still smoke evenly. And I just don't quite enjoy this one. The wrapper is very nice and very even. There's no, no breaks in it. It's very nicely made. It's very nicely wrapped. This is on the Maduro end, this is a darker, a more fuller smoke. But flavor-wise, I mean, there's not a whole lot coming out of this. I just lit a few minutes ago. It's not very nice. It's not one of those smokes where you pick up and you get to smoke it and really enjoy the flavors. It's not that that full filler flavor that you're really looking for, especially in a darker cigar, right after you've eaten, or it's cold out and you're sitting outside with some buddies and you're toking on a really nice Maduro. And that's not really what you're getting out of the Prensado. It's a very dry tasting cigar. Now, again, it's been kept in a humidor with all the rest of my cigars. I got my Zycar in there. Got 70%. And it's just not. It tastes very dry and it feels very dry. It's one of those cigars that's going to leave. After you've taken it in and tasted it for a minute, it leaves that dry, almost stinging sensation in the back of your throat, up towards your nose. It's not. And it's not that I haven't been smoking cigars very much. I have smoked a number of cigars, all different styles, brands, and anything controversial. Stepped into the acid cigar realm, which I'll talk about another time. Lights and darks, fulls, and all that. And it's just not. It's not a very nice tasting cigar. There isn't a huge realm of flavor. You're not going to hit a bunch of notes or anything like that. Unfortunately, it reminds me a lot of smoking a cigarette, like a really big cigarette. It tastes like it's been dried out, chopped up, and not taken very good care of. Here's what I will say. Since I do want to kind of give the benefit of the doubt, there are some people that aren't going to agree probably with my opinions. So let's just go over the basics. As you can see, it's burning very evenly. A little bit of a... and this is... I haven't even tapped off of this yet. And this has been burning for, maybe 5 minutes already. And I've taken a good few tokes from it. And it just shrinks in real nice. It shrinks down very nicely, very even. It stacks up wonderfully, very, very, very nicely. You don't have to worry about these flying off on you all of a sudden. So the burn is very even. There's not a lot to worry about. And draw. The draw is very nice, and just to state, I have punched this. I have not cut it. Very even draw, very nice draw, very light draw with a lot of smoke production. It's a very good thing, but again, there's not a lot of flavor in that smoke. It tastes very dry. It's not brittle. It holds together well. Just not a lot of flavor. What I will do is just wait a few minutes, smoke a little bit more of it, see if I get anything better out of it, and then I'll continue to talk about it a little bit just as I get to about the halfway point and see how it's going.
Alright, let's get real about the Alec Bradley Prensado. To really be in depth here, again, I'm not always going to give you a lot of fancy lingo. I'm going to give you a blow-by-blow. We're going to talk reality about this cigar. I'm going to talk to you about what's really going to be going through your head while you're smoking a cigar, the kinds of things you're going to be tasting and looking for. It did get a little bit better towards the middle and the end of the cigar. I will be honest, I didn't even finish this one. I put it out a little bit early because I wasn't enjoying it, but I do have some better things to say. It wasn't as bad as how it started. Now, when you first light it, and you're smoking it for the first 5 minutes, maybe that first quarter of the cigar, again, is going to be very dry. The taste resembling that of a cigarette. Here's what I will say good about the Prensado. Especially when you start to get towards the middle of the cigar, that's when it gets better. That's when your flavors and different experiences are going to kind of pop out. While you're drawing on this cigar, a whiff through the nose while you're drawing on that cigar will resemble, and remember, there was a time when I did live on one of the Indian reservations, Chestnut Canyon off of Gallup, New Mexico, and often a smell that I would experience was the burning of sage, like fresh sage. And that is the smell that you'll be experiencing, a very, very nice, very pungent smell while you're just whiffing, while you're taking a draw on that cigar. There's a smell of sage. The taste that is now left in my mouth is that of the same kind of taste experienced after truly like chewing, swallowing, the residual taste of a chocolate-covered almond. If you ever had chocolate-covered almonds, that's kind of the taste that is lingering with me still, which is pleasant. But again, even upon swallowing, there's that sting in the back of the throat. It's very dry. It's a very hard, dry taste. And just kind of on the front of the palate is that chocolate-covered almond taste. And it's more of a... It's not so much taste as it is feeling. I was very quickly visited by that feeling of dizziness, which, I've smoked the Oliva nubs, which I will definitely talk about the Oliva nub, and that's one of the cigars that is going to leave you, the iguanas. If you ever smoked an iguana, that's going to leave you almost with a high, almost. Very good cigars as well. But the Prensado is smaller. You're not really expecting that, but even halfway, I already started to get a bit lightheaded. I still am. And so it's not so much the tastes, it's maybe not so much a cigar that you're going to be smoking for taste or long-term enjoyment. I wouldn't suggest it for, card games or, outdoor events. I would say that it's an indoor cigar. This is a cigar that you can enjoy indoors if in fact you are going to enjoy this cigar, because the smoke, there's a lot of smoke production, but it doesn't linger extremely. It doesn't linger in the air. It doesn't leave that sticky, humid feeling in the air, and it doesn't linger very much. But again, very dry, very stingy in the back of the throat. Chocolate-covered almond taste on the front of the palate, more of a doctor's office scent. But upon burning and drawing on the cigar, again, a smell of sage, which is not bad. So I will say, for the Alec Bradley Prensado, not a good light. It does have an even burn, but the taste for the first 5 minutes or so is not one that I've enjoyed. Again, towards the middle of the cigar, it did become a bit enjoyable, but not one that I could even last through because of the taste. It was more one of those cigars that I was trying to get through rather than sit back leisurely and enjoy. I wouldn't suggest the Alec Bradley Prensado. Again, I very much enjoy Alec Bradley cigars. Most of the cigars in my humidor are made by Alec Bradley. I will be talking about a few more of those, but I would not suggest the Prensado. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. Not too much on this one, but if you enjoy cigars almost as much as a wine connoisseur would love the elements of a good glass of wine, then I wouldn't suggest the Prensado for flavor or for enjoyment, but more just for palate experience. If you're a dry, deep smoker, perhaps that'd be the cigar for you. But if you're a younger guy like me, or even an older guy that just really enjoys the elements and the flavors that can come off of a really well-seasoned cigar, I would not suggest the Prensado. Anyway, I hope you would like this video, if it's been helpful for you, or perhaps if this is making up your mind, or if you decide not to or to check out the Prensado. Like this video, subscribe if you'd like to hear more about cigars, guns, and God. I'll see you next time.